Hi, in my previous video, we have already seen how to create a pivot table, and we have also seen number of designs and how easily they can be applied to the pivot table. In this tutorial, we are going to see a number of advanced features by which you can add a calculated field, you can provide different formats, and you can show the values as percentage or as average and so on. Let us see. So, here is a table which gives operations data in different hospitals. We can see in the first column we have dates of operations. Then in the next column we have the specialists and then the hospitals and number of operations performed and lastly revenue earned in lakhs. Let us try and see some advanced features by starting with basics. Let us try to generate a pivot table. Okay, I'm going to start with this. Just click on this and insert pivot table. Because it is already in a table, it is picking it up. I just click OK and we are on a new sheet. I'm just taking specialists in rows and revenue generated under the values. So we have our basic report which says the specialists and the revenue earned by them. Okay. All right. Now, what is it that extra we can do? Let us try to see. Under the values column, under the values column over here, I'm going to click here and we can see different options available. Click on value field settings. So we are seeing value field settings. Here, it is possible to summarize the field by different functions. By default, it is the sum. We could count, we could take an average, we could take maximum, or we could take minimum. Okay, so presently it is sum, right? If we wish to make it average, we would get average revenue earned. Okay, I'm changing it over to average and clicking OK. You will find we have got the average revenue earned. Right now, if we go on to this and right click, and we can go to number format. Okay, let us take currency, and by default it is showing two digits and rupee. We could pretty much take any symbol if we wish. If we wanted some other symbol, for example, okay, Australian dollar, for example, right? And I'm going to click OK, and you will find the symbol format done over here, right? So this is how we are seeing the average. Let me remove it and change it back to the total. So I can again go to value field settings and change it back to sum, and I'll click OK. And here is the sum, that is the total revenue earned in lakhs, right? So what else can we do with this? We can express this as percentage. Suppose we want to check this as percentage. Okay, how do we do that? Okay, let us do a trick. Let's have the revenue in lakhs and also in percentage. So what is to be done is take revenue in lakhs and add again over here. So you will find another value appearing over here. Okay, same value 136, 136, 167, 167, and so on. But we are going to do something else with this. Right click on this, right click on this, and choose show values as. Okay, so there are several different operations uh, available over here, but we are going to show percentage of grand total. So I'm just going to click it, and here it is beautifully showing percentage of the grand total, and the total percentage is also shown here, right? We could pretty much change the heading. Okay, so I'm just going to change the heading over here by double clicking. I can simply change the heading and write percent. Okay, so percent revenue, that's it, and I'm going to click OK. So here you can see now we have got the total revenue earned by specialist, and also we have got individual contribution in percentage, right? This is a nice feature, isn't it? All right. Now, where is our main table? Let's go back to the main table and we can see here operations data, right? Now, what if we need to add more records in this table? What will happen to our pivot table? Do we have to do it again? Let us see. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy these three records and paste it here. Because it is a Excel table, it becomes part of the table, right? Now, what happens to our pivot table? It is still showing 572, right? So, we could be anywhere in this table and right click, okay, and just click on refresh, right? And you will find the values have changed over here, right? See, it was 572 earlier and now it has become 664. The additional new values that we put have got considered. Isn't it a nice feature? So that whenever we add on data, all we need to do is just to refresh our pivot table and it will get modified accordingly. All right. Let us try something different again from beginning. Let us go to the table. We will take hospital. Okay, we will take hospital. So there are three different hospitals: Apollo, Fortis, and NH. Right, and we'll again take revenue in lakhs. Right. So we have got the hospitals and revenue in lakhs over here. Right. So what else can we do? Let us see. Okay, let us go and look at the menu. Here we can see pivot table analyze. Under pivot table analyze, go to calculations. We want to add a calculated field to the table, which was originally not there as a part of the table data. So click onto this fields, items and sets and click on calculated field. It will open a dialog box where you can give a name to the field. So I'm going to call it commission. All right. And here is the formula you can enter. Ultimately, we are calculating means what? We are going to calculate by using some of the fields which are available in the pivot table. We can't calculate otherwise. So I'm going to just take it as 20%. So 0.2 multiplied by, I can pick up revenue in lakhs. Okay. So that means our formula for commission is 0.2 into revenue in lakhs, right? And that's all we need to do. And we are going to click OK. And here is our commission. You can see 272 here and 20% of that is 54. So we have got a beautifully added a calculated field to our pivot table, right? Notice one important thing. Under the pivot table fields, you will find this commission has got added over here, right? Now this becomes a part of a table, not with the original table, but it is a part of the pivot table. The data in the original table still remains intact. And know what? We don't even need to use both this sum as well as the commission. I'm going to remove the sum from here and we simply get hospital wise commission. I can even name it. So I'm going to call it commission. Okay. I'll put a space over here because commission is a field already used over there and I'll enter. Right. So we have got a wonderful uh, feature of adding calculated fields in this table. Right. Is there anything else we can do? Let us take a look at pivot table options. Okay, so just right click anywhere in the pivot table and click on pivot table options. So under pivot table options, we find under pivot table options, we find several features. For example, it shows one important feature it shows is for empty cells, show something. Okay, in this pivot table,
there is no uh, there is no empty field, correct? Empty cell. Somewhere if the record is 0, it would have come, right? Let us try to put 0 over here, because this is the procedure. So we would like to add for empty cells, show 0 over here, right? And I'm going to click OK. But there isn't any empty cell, so it's not showing. Let us try to attempt it. I'm going to add uh, dates over here in columns. Okay. Have you noticed something? Under the dates, we have got 0. Dates means actually months have come, right? So in the month of Jan, uh, there was an empty cell in the report, and therefore 0 has got added automatically to it, right? So this way you could explore pretty much several other features of pivot tables. Try it out. In the following videos, when I come on to examples, we are going to see a number of variety of examples. We are also going to see how you can make a pivot table based on multiple tables. We may need to create relationships for that, but all that in the next video.
And yes, if you find this useful, click the like. If you wish to catch several such videos, hit subscribe. For notifications, ring the bell and share this so that others too can watch. Bye.